Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Lorwyn Eclipsed Drafting. Today I've built what I think is one of the best blue-white Merfolk decks that you can build. I started off with a Pack 1 Pick 1 Champions of the Shoal, and quickly got a couple Eclipsed Marrow, which really put me into Merfolk right away. Ended up picking up another Champions of the Shoal before Pack 1 was done, which is just fantastic. 3 Marrow Sky Swimmers, this card is very good. And a couple 2-drops make this a very happy deck. If there's one deficiency in this deck, it's going to be the fact that we've only got bad removal spells. I got 2 Keep Out, 2 Counterspell, and that's it. So we're going to have to be the deck that our opponents have to answer. Anyway, let's get right into the games. This feels pretty good. It's a little heavy. The deck can do better. Like, the fact that I had my lands and this Evolving Wilds felt pretty good. But look at this. 5, 5, 5. No, we're going to mulligan this. Okay. So we get the Evolving Wilds back. But we got a 2. We got a 3. This can't be cast as long as I have just this swamp. So that's worth keeping in mind. But this is worth keeping. So I'm actually going to get rid of the swamp. I'm going to do this. And pass turn. Almost skipped right through my main phase here. Alright, so we picked up the extra land, which is amazing because this Marrow can get us another land. Okay. So let's go to attacks. And play my Eclipse Marrow. I'm looking for a land here. Yeah, we're gonna grab another island. We do have a double white. Okay. So the island was the right choice. Yep. Cool. So I can attack with the Regery. And see what they choose to do. They're going to take the damage. And then I'm going to play Sky Swimmer number 1. Now, assuming I draw a land, Kin Binding is next turn. If I don't draw a land, I get to keep up some removal and some counter spells. So either way, I'm pretty happy. No blocks. Get in. Alright, so I do not draw a land. Okay. So I guess we're just getting in for 2 in the air. And we pass turn. Alright. Love to see it, because now I can keep out. So we get this Wild Unraveling. We can blight the Encumbered Regery again. And then we still have Keep Out to destroy the Gut Splitter gang. I'm feeling pretty decent about this next coming turn. Yep. Okay, so that doesn't work anymore, but now we've got to throw a token in front of it. What are you doing, opponent? Pass the damage. Cool. We've got Keep Out, which is going to be awesome. they've got got something. That's okay. We've got a counterspell. You know, that's fun, but I think I would rather counter that. Cool, cool. So now we're just going to do this. Let's get in. There it won. They have a lot to answer. Because if I'm not mistaken, kin binding triggers every turn, right? Yep. So I will continually be making 1/1s until the end of the game. And seeing as that they're at 1, they need to be able to answer every single one. So this might be game here. Unwelcome Sprite, that's a fine card. You have 3 mana. That means that you're basically giving up. Okay. Let's go to attacks. And see what your big play is. Fuck ice. Truly. Again, we've got nothing to start the game, so we're going to mulligan again. This deck does want to get to the board fast. We have 2 bad removal spells and these 2 counter spells, which are kind of clogging up our hand. There we go. Much better. It's worth considering if I want to keep the Evolving Wilds or not. I don't need it specifically, because I've got 2, 3, whatever. I would like to draw another Merfolk so I can play this on 2 and then this on 3. We've got the double... we don't have the double blue, which we need for the Lofty Dreams. Okay. So I'm going to throw our planes away. We're going to keep the Evolving Wilds and pitch for an island. There is always the thought in the back of my mind that I need to keep it for... the thought in the back of my mind is I need to keep it for a swamp, because there's only a couple swamps in the deck, but even playing Airdew more fairly, it doesn't matter. I'd rather have the thing. So we're going to get blue here. Plains. I'm going to play this one first, because they're representing some kind of a removal spell. So getting 2 bodies out to the board right away is fun. And then I can even Lofty Dreams the Silvergill Mentor next turn. Which kind of feels like the right thing to do. It's not fantastic, but what else am I doing? I can Lofty Dreams the Silvergill Mentor, or I can play Encumbered Reejerey, which I think is probably better. And we'll attack for 3. They have a 3-color deck at least. I don't know why they're doing blue, white, red. We're going to find out. I don't know that there's any inherent synergies between the cards in those colors. If it was like blue, red, green, I'd know immediately it was elementals. Cool. We got Sig. So I'd like to be able to kill this, but unfortunately, I can't. Got it. And the Reejerey's dead. Alright, so we did end up getting the thing. Let's put that here. Auto pay. Draw a card. Attack for 4 in the air. That's pretty good. Champions of the Shoal next turn. Can keep the Sig locked down. I do have the swamp now if I do get an airdo, but I'm still going to play the plains first. Ooh. Okay, so that's what I'm going to lock down. Cool. So, Champions of the Shoal. I'd be holding a Merfolk. I'd be holding this Champion of the Shoal. Lock that boy down. And attack for 4 in the air. Seems pretty good. Sig is pretty good. It's going to get my opponent some serious card advantage. But we are really doing well on the board. So, yep. Also, their damage-based removal is going to be hard for the Champions of the Shoal. Silvergill Mentor gets away from the, Sure. Well, that sucks. Because they're going to double trigger off Sig, too. Ooh, Steam Vents. Very nice. I thought that double triggered. Oh well. Either way. Congratulations, Sig. You are now in jail. Yep, sure. And let's give you some more stuff to worry about. Alright. Going nice and wide. Sure. But I think it might be too late unless they play a lot of creatures to the board. Alright, Zealot is a big creature. Spell Snare, a little too late for that. Endblaze Epiphany, that'll be very good next turn, but I think we've got it. We'll tap the color on Zealot. And you die. Good game, Thalsbian. Opponent goes first. Once again, I cannot keep the first hand, so we got a mulligan. While we wait for our opponent to make their decision, look at all of this beautiful Richard Kane Ferguson art. I think if this keep out wasn't a plains, I'd keep this hand. Even though Eclipsed Marrow is very slow, it could find me another land, and then starting, I could go Sky Swimmer, Sky Swimmer, Sky Swimmer, and that feels pretty good. But as it stands, I can't keep this hand. Okay. A little worse, because we don't have the triple color for the marrow, but we've got 3 lands, so we'll see what we can do. Never punished. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna look for the island here. We literally whiffed. That's kind of astonishing. Oh well. So next turn, I'm going to play Champions of the Shoal, giving them a big card to answer, and I'm actually going to behold the Eclipsed Sparrow, since there's not much building on the board so far. Mm-hmm. Keep that Bridget locked down. Mm-hmm. Cool. I feel like they were going to do something sneaky. But either way, I want to keep the Bridget locked down. And then we'll play the Well Guard and pass turn. Mm-hmm. So basically they're spending 2 mana to make a 1/1 every other turn. I'm kind of fine with that. Pass attacks. Let's pop this, get my double island. I'm going to play the Wanderbrine Creature. And then we're going to tap this, tapping that and that. Making some other bodies, gaining some life. Making another body, and we're going to attack for 4 again. Keeping Bridget locked down still. They can throw away a token, or what they're likely going to be doing is a pump spell to kill both, sure. Okay. That's fine for me, because now I've got the Marrow back in my hand, so I can recast it. Yep. Does this have Convoke itself? No, it doesn't. Okay. So what I do is... So play Airdo, We're really going to have them pulling their hair out. You. And you. And... I guess you. Getting some more life, getting some more stuff. Can I Sky Swimmer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I can. Or I can Shoal, which seems good because they really wanted me to get rid of that. And they've had enough. Looks good to me. I've got 2 of the worst spells in my deck in my starting hand, but I still have this Eclipsed Marrow. The Sky Swimmer, as long as I hit another land or another creature, can be played on turn 4. Sure. First keepable hand. This is a little slow, considering this doesn't come out till turn 3. Oh, beautiful. And that's how you do it. So now turn 3 I play the Marrow. And then no matter what happens, turn 4 I can play the Sky Swimmer. Yep. Let's see you not whiff this time. Alright, the Mentor seems reasonable. The land is also not bad, but I think I'd rather have the action. We're going to trust the deck can get there. Again with Bridget, huh? Okay. So let's do some math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that should be enough. So if I do this, Beholding the Merfolk. Seems fine. I'm going to Behold the Sky Swimmer since it's coming out anyway. And then we tap all that crap to play the Sky Swimmer. Beautiful. And no attacks. If they try trading Bridget, I will absolutely oblige. Ooh, that feels good. I'm also thinking I'm going to completely convoke Lofty Dreams next turn. So that I could possibly draw into something else that I have to spend mana on. It's going to depend on what... Oof, that's gross. Yep. Bridget taps for 5? Look, it says 4, but I'm pretty sure it counts itself as a creature. Maybe I'm wrong. The thing is, I don't hover over cards to remind my opponents that they can do things. That's just one way that I play, because you do get to see what your opponent is highlighting. Okay, so now we get to check. Other creatures, so that's why it was 4. Okay. So, that's beautiful. We're going to play Lofty Dreams by convoking. We're going to give this +2/+2 in flying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw a card. Yeesh. Let's go ahead and get there. And end turn. We've got Wild Unraveling. Oh, we can't cast Wild Unraveling. Worth noting. I do have Keep Out, though. So if they play something big, I can keep out them. Sad that we drew into one of our few swamps as the card that we drew. But it happens. Uh-huh. I'm going to take a lot of damage here. Oof, are we dead? Six, 11, 14. Okay, I'm taking 14 damage. What do you have? Nothing I can kill. Actually, I can, can't I? Do I kill to save myself 5 life, or do I kill Brigid to get rid of... You know what? I'm going to kill right now, save myself 5 life. If they have the save, they have the save. Okay. Alright, so we got another Merfolk. And a Wild Unraveling that we can't cast. So I think now we're kind of on the back foot. Like, I could attack them for... Okay, so they're done having the first strike. So I think we just go in for 4 in the air. Are you out of mana things? Nope, you're not. They could technically just tap Brigid to make a token anyway with the Clackland Festival, plus give themselves an extra mana. But unless that card in their hand is a massive mana sink, I think they should have transformed Brigid, because going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth will really put them ahead on board as to where I am. They've got this Timid Shield Bearer to keep in mind. Again, I'm not going to hover it, but what it does is for 5 mana, it'll buff their entire team. So if I'm making any blocks to kill them, I need to be very specific with how I'm going to do it. And they are going to have the ability to activate it twice. Yep. Okay. Okay, so they want to give me Brigid. I don't know why, but they want to give me Brigid. So she's going to have 4 attack. Okay, so we're going to do... Because they're going to be able to fire it twice, right? So she's going to have 5 attack. Can I afford to take the rest of the damage, though? No, Brigid can't tap. Right, they're out of mana because they attacked with Brigid. So I can just do things like this. Bippity boppity boo. Bippity boppity boo. Take one of those, and take one of those. And take one of those. And take one of those. And I take 7. So I'm down to 4. But their board gets basically destroyed, right? Am I missing something here? I guess I'll throw this away. Okay. They just gave me a huge way to come back into this game. Especially with this. I think I destroy the Hovel Hurler, right? I can't. Okay, still can't Unraveling. But at this point... Can I attack? If I attack with this... Maybe I attack with the Sky Swimmer. Gives me the ability... That has Vigilance, right? Yeah, I should have been attacking with this the whole time. Oh well. Live and learn. Yep. Sure. Oh, this sucks. Obviously, I have to block something. But if I block the 6-7, I take 5 in the air. I'm down to 3. And then I have 6 on the air to them next turn. Yeah, we're going to try that. Leave our outs open. Alright, and they have nothing. Ooh. That works for me. And we're going to save all tree folk. Choose this, and choose that. Okay, so we have that Wrath that actually did something. I should have chose the Fiesling. If I lose, it's because I didn't choose the Fiesling. Okay. Good game, 3DN Teddy. This is very sketch because I need white. I would need to draw white off the top of the deck. I literally have one play if I don't. So we're going to mulligan. Basically the same hand that we had last time. Perfect. This is way better. We've got the white. We've got the blue. I'm going to pitch the black. Just because if we need black, we just need it as a very late game thing. So 2 is going to be Encumbered Regery because it attacks really well. Figure of Fable. They got their own. Cool. Becomes a 2/3. Okay. So can't block unless they tap out. You got it, dude. No blocks. I kind of want them to pump it because I'm going to Rhinestone Recluse next turn. Cool. Sure. Let's go ahead and do this. Bounce that. And then attack. And now if they attack with the Figure of Fable, I will block with the Recluse. Because now they don't have good attacks. And they know it. So we got a little unlucky because we drew poorly. But let's go ahead and attack and see what they want to do. Sure. We'll play another Regery. They really wanted to get rid of it, so how they feel about 2? We could use a mana. This game, unlike the first game where I played Champions of the Shoal, I'll be getting rid of this Merfolk in my hand, so I can't really play it unless I have to. But I would really like to have a 4th mana here. Yep, the Solana Informant again. Very good. I can still attack into them and let them block, because the Figure of Fable can only buff once. So, perfect. That's even better. So I'm going to play this. Be holding that Merfolk. Goodbye that. And then I'm going to turn the man sideways again, because I can only buff the Figure of Fable once. Yep. So they can trade with probably the Regery. Sure. I will absolutely take that trade. I've got this Wild Unraveling finally online. Slumbering Walker. Oof, that is good. That is good. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to attack with both. I'm going to tap down your Slumbering Walker. Get sleepy. I have one counterspell for if they do something really sad, but I could really use some of the juice off the top of my deck now. They've got one more Slumbering Walker activation. It's good to keep in mind that we don't want them to blight onto that because they can just keep bringing things back forever. I wonder if there's not an infinite combo, but a loop that you could do where a creature comes in and blights itself. Sorry, blights the walker, and then you can sacrifice that creature to put it back in the yard. Uh-huh. Yep. Okay. Again, that can only go to 2/3, so Champions of the Shoal can... Let's get in again. The Shoal is going to go all the way by itself. Cool. We play Plains and we pass turn. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna counter that. They probably thought they did a counter check last turn with a Pummeler, but a Pummeler is a creature that I can get rid of. And now the Slumbering Walker has no more... Fuck me, are you kidding? The good news is we're going to be starting to knock out their creatures. They have to start throwing things under the bus. That's fine. I'm going to hold this Plains just to make them think. But we have drawn a lot of lands in a row here. In turn, we have a lot of big stuff left. The Winnowing is not so great. It's not bad. Unexpected Assistance, Lofty Dreams. Like, we're really here at the end. Alright. So, would I rather kill the Walker or the Pummeler? I think I'd rather kill the... Can this be buffed? It can. Okay. Either way, I think we do that now. Think we're okay trading the Figure of Fable for the Champions of the Shoal. Tapping this down. Because I can double block with that and the Crossroads Watcher. Yep. We're going to destroy this. I'm going to kill the Watcher. And then I get the Wonderbrine Preacher back. It's just, it sucks that I've literally been drawing dead for a few turns in a row. Like, we're there. We have what we needed to win. But they're going to be able to turn this around with their card advantage if we're not able to draw something good. Oh shit, that didn't say destroy target tap creature. That was stupid. I threw away a spell. Oh well. Like I said, that enchantment sucks. Yep, great. I think that we're probably lost here. That's one way to get back into it. No attacks. And turn. Mm-hmm. So we have inevitability on our side, but they have literally overwhelming presence right now. That's 10 damage, 14, 16. Yeah, we're pretty well dead if they want to tap out. Six, 10, 16, 20, so I have to block one of them. I wish I didn't. Okay, so it can't get any bigger. Doesn't matter who I block. 2 and 4 is 6. 4 is 10. 16, 20. I gotta block one. Alright, come on, top deck. Good game, noob. Okay. We'll keep this. This removal spell sucks late game, so we're going to use it in the early game to keep ourselves at parity. Eclipsed Marrow on 3 will help me draw to more action, especially for flooding. So we'll start by popping this for an island. We got 2 Eclipsed Marrows, our best 3-drop. Sorry, one of our only 3-drops, but obviously one of the best in the format. So I'm happy to see that. We're going against Auto-Exec Bat, so hopefully they don't crash our computer. Don't make changes to this unless you know what you're doing. I'm going to be holding a Marrow. Cool. That 2-drop was amazing off the top. It even makes me think that on this first Marrow, we should be looking for a land just to keep things going. I guess we could also Sky Swimmer, which feels like the right thing to do on 5, right? Yeah. Get our flyer up early. We've still got the token to block with. If they kill the token, then I'm pretty happy that we used a card for half a card. If they kill the flyer, it happens. Must be blocked if able. Cool. So you know what we say to that? Tough shit. So we're going to play Champions of the Shoal. I'm going to be holding this Merfolk. We're going to lock down this. Ooh, Christ. So that changes my entire attack. But it means that they can't use the Blossoming Defense on the attack. If they're able to kill my Champions in the Shoal, which would be warranted, I get the Eclipsed Marrow back, so we're still going 1 for 1. I didn't even lose any tempo by playing it. And I already got rid of another card in their hand, just because they didn't want to take a lot of damage. So it's actually going to be 2 for 1 if they kill it right here by using no other cards except for like a kill spell. Next turn I'm going to Marrow, and hopefully we draw a land and I'll keep out in play. But this feels like a very strong position for me right now. Snipwright Cavalry, cool. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to see. So we're going to do that. Give me Sky Swimmer. Let's play this Plains. I want to keep out. So next, we're going to attack with these 2. Two attacks. Tap this down. And then we're going to literally turn all of the man sideways to play Sky Swimmer number 2, while also keeping up a keep out for when they try to attack me. Am I okay with that trade? I'm super okay with that trade. Sure thing. So I get the Eclipsed Marrow back, and we're going to do this by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. End turn. Yeah, we're in very strong position here. They're going to need a board wipe. So we need to get... So they need a board wipe. So we need to get a counterspell. I'm going to hold this in hand now. This I can still play because I can find something else. But I think we're just going to swing everything. They're going to eat one creature, and that's fine. Yep. And they take a ton of damage. I'm going to put my hand down. Sorry on YouTube. I'm just not used to live streaming gameplay still. Despite the fact I've been doing it now for almost an entire month. Yep, you got it. You got the kill spell on the Marrow Sky Swimmer. Plus you ate my Eclipsed Marrow. And we will do that. I guess the Well Guard's probably the best. But again, now we're saving things in hand until we either get a counterspell or a board wipe. Oh no. Okay, so I guess I'm going to blight one of my dudes. You. Sure thing. I'm going to target this. 1, 2, 3. And those two. Draw my card. Still didn't get it. Alright, we're going to attack for 6. Cool, cool. We're going to end turn. We're in very good shape now. They're not going to be able to kill us. 4 and 5 is 9, and 4 is 13. I guess we'll just block this. That way when they buff their creatures, I can keep out. So Morkant's gonna die. And then you're going to die. Good game. Autoexec.bat. This is very, very sketch. We have a 2. On turn 4, we have nothing. We just need to hope to see a island. Like, this is very, very close to playable. And I have to think about it for a second, because I'm either going to go down a card versus top deca, or I'm going to be hoping for my top deca to give me an island. One island changes its entire hand. I'm going to have 3 draws before it matters. I am running 17 lands, so it's not unheard of for me to draw a land. Worst case scenario, though, I draw either one of my swamps or the Evolving Wilds. You know what? We're going to go for it. We're going to go for it. Don't be like me. Never punished. Never punished. Okay. Perfect. So I can bounce next turn, get in for some damage. Okay. Oh, that's really going to suck for them. Because now our tempo is out the ass. Alright, Skyscreamer next turn. might be able to play Sneakling Sky Swimmer and really turn on the gas. Okay, so land. 1, 2. 1, 2. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, please. That's what we're going to do here. Perfect. We are in such good shape. They have a 3/3. We do not have Wild Unraveling unlocked yet because we still need islands. But I think we're going to be able to swing for a bunch of damage. We've got the Reejerey and the Recluse. Slumbering Walker. Get the Surveil, and they're hoping to see a creature that costs 2 mana or less. It's a very cute combo that they have there. A card that they don't even have in hand they could have been bringing back to the battlefield. Okay, so I think this is going to attack as a 5/4. But that means that it can't really do anything yet. I could Winnowing to just get rid of the Walker, but that's literally a 6 mana removal spell. Is that good enough? Maybe? You know what? Not this turn. So we're going to play Silvergill Mentor. I'm going to Beholden a Merfolk. And then I'm going to play Sky Swimmer. Which is going to be tap. Tap. Hey! Tap. 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 Alright. So now we've got an army of Merfolk. The only thing we'd lose is the Rhymekin Recluse. And they will lose whatever else that they want. Ooh, Treefolk. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to kill 2 big trees, and I'll give them their Kithkin. And then we're going to attack for 100,000. And we're going to do this in such a way where I tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to choose a Sky Swimmer. And I'm going to choose a Wary Farmer. And everything else dies. And then we go to attacks. We'll keep these guys back for now. Next turn, when they can attack with other stuff, we'll attack with other stuff. But to be dealing 9 damage right now feels very good. I've still got the Wild Unraveling if they're going to try to surprise me. But depending on the surprise, it might not even matter. Cool. This is also going to keep any board wipes off my ass, or anything else of that nature. I've got the 3 mana, so I don't even have to Blight 2, which feels great. And if they play a creature, the only thing I'm scared of is a board wipe. Like the fact that this is going to get them a land and a Treefolk. Maybe that's worth countering? Sure. Because it would give them a blocker. They probably have an idea of what to do with the other 3 mana. But I know that 3 mana is not a board wipe. So we go to attacks. We push everything. Goodbye, everybody. Good game, top deca. Alright, we're going against Telect. Alright, so again, we're kind of at a very weird spot where we have a swamp, but we have Eridu. We have the Encumbered Reejerey, we've got the Eclipsed Marrow. All we need to do is draw a non-swamp land. The Sky Swimmer can also come out very early because of the creatures. You know what? We're going to keep it. We weren't punished last game, so we have not learned our lesson. I love those scuffed backs. I did change to the blue ones, just the ones that look like the 4th edition boxes, just because it was the new one from the winter. I'm probably going to go back to scuffed backs because I enjoy them. If we draw an Evolving Wilds here or an island, I am so golden. This on 2. If we're able to play this on 3, we can then turn for this on. And that'll give us the Eridu on 5, which is just... We haven't played it yet this game. Sorry, we haven't played it... We have played it once. We did play it in one of the earlier games. Oh, never. Punished. We did play it in one of the earlier games where it did matter. I was able to kind of spit out a million things all at once. But since then, it hasn't really done anything. So 1, 2, 3... 4, and then 5. As long as we draw a land, we play this Eridu, and we're in the gold. Cool. We drew that land. Let's see how they feel about all this. So, if they play a creature that Encumbered Reejerey can trade into after it removes a counter, I will attack. But if it would eat the Reejerey, I'm probably going to hold back. See, now this is what I'm talking about. The Eldoranti literally eats the Reejerey for no value. So I'm just going to keep playing to the board. I'm going to play the Marrow. Let's see if we can get the 4-drop one. We can. The Champions. Beautiful. Yeah, let's attack. They can trade their 3-drop for my 2-drop. Yep. And then next turn, we Champions of the Shoal. The turn after, we play Eridu and let them figure things out. Champions of the Shoal, probably championing the Sneakling. It's also tempting to champion the Marrow. Ooh. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That would be Eldoranti. That sucks. Alright, so we're going to play this. And we can also Sky Swimmer now. But I don't think that that's worth doing. We're going to be holding this Changeling. Let's tap down your Reaping Willow, and we attack for 2. I'm going to play Eridu next turn. So I have to play the Swamp to give me that option. And even though they've got the Reaping Willow, playing this on the backside, ooh, gross. Uh-huh. So you can blight the Reaping Willow. Sure. Eclipsed Marrow has now been blighted. That's going to turn it off from being persisted. But it is what it is. We're going to get in for 4 next turn. You can do it again. That seems dumb, but okay. Gonna do it again? You are going to do it again. If that's the case... Okay. You got it, dude. Alright, so we need to really punish them for doing that. So we'll do this. They're going to be able to reanimate the small things. They only have the Elder Auntie, but that'll give them 2 more blights. The Champions of the Shoal is already kind of trash. So, if they reanimate the Auntie, yep. And then blight twice. God, the Champions of the Weird is such a good card. I'd love to get my removal spell for it. That'd be really cool. Mm-hmm. You can't target. You can just make me do it, and the Champions of the Show will get targeted again. But that Elder Auntie, Reaping Willow, thing is really frustrating. Because they're getting value while I'm losing value. So I have to kill the Champion of the Weird. There's 2 spells in my deck that can do it. Reaping Willow cannot reanimate the Champion of the Weird, though. So assuming I'm able to get, like, my board wipe, which would be nice. Got it. You got 1 more. The thing is, if I get the removal spell... Yep, you got it. You wipe my board for free. Cool beans. Mm-hmm. I need to get rid of the Champions of the Weird, because otherwise they're just going to be able to keep doing that. Fuck, man. How much does that cost to play? 4? Perfect. So we're going to play this. Bounce that. I'm going to play Sneakling. So now you don't have that open to you because the mana is too much. And that was exactly what I needed. Give me an opening. Now they can play that Treefolk again, but it means that this turn they can't really be blighting. Dream Caesar. Do you do it? You do it. Sure. And cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can attack with the Rhinestone Recluse. Or I attack with Sneakling. Which seems better. Because they're going to want to trade that. Yep. Can't really get that with the tree. I'm going to play Pestered Wellguard. No, I counted wrong. That sucks. Yep, they're gonna do it again. That sucks. Okay, so we're gonna start turning things sideways, and we hope that we don't draw land. Because we are ahead on tempo. Barely. They haven't hit a land drop, so screw beats flood. Okay. So if they want to trade the 2-1 in for the 3-2, I still have a flyer. Yep. They don't want to trade the champion for the weird in. That's cool. I've got the Wild Unraveling to counter their Tree Folk, so they can't start doing that bullshit again. Yep, see, this time we're going to counter it. So you've used all your mana. You're going down to at least 5 next turn. Yeah, if you choose to blight 2, I'm going to blight the fairy. Putting you at 3. Oh no! I'm not beholden to Merfolk, so I can't even cast it. The good news is I'm holding. Oh god, okay. They have to trade, so they have to trade. Because if they don't trade, they die. Okay. I just need a Merfolk. I think basically any Merfolk will do. I've already lost my 2 Sky Swimmers. Yep. You got it. Beholden the Merfolk. Tap down the Hoverbound Auntie. And we need to get a little bit of luck. A little bit of luck to get there. This has been a very hard-fought battle. Whatever way it ends up, it's been well played. The fact that they had that engine, seriously good on them. It sucked for me in the moment, but it's very good. Are you gonna blight your... I think you are. You're gonna kill something. You're gonna blight something of yours to kill my shoal. Okay. That'd be shoal number 2 down. Yep. So, what do I have left? I've got Winnowing, which doesn't do anything. 1 more Sky Swimmer. Lofty Dreams, Eclipsed Marrow. Like, I'm running out of stuff really fastly. Kin Binding would be cool. Off the top, Kin Binding. But yeah, we're at a moment in this game where if I whiff, I've probably lost. So if I get a land here, this game's probably over. Yeah, see, they've got so much gas now. Uh-huh. Don't have a 1-drop. Please don't have a 1-drop. Cool. And I whiffed. Of course I did. So, we need to not whiff again. What? Don't they know I'm in the battle of my life here? Yep. That kills it. So the Marrow Sky Swimmer would be the best draw. Kin Binding's also very good. Lofty Dreams, I would love to see Lofty Dreams. Unexpected Assistance, I think, doesn't do anything because it's a aura. So that's what I'm going to draw next. Uh-huh. Do you pay 2 or blight 2? But now we're seriously... Oh my god. Not like this. Not like this. This has been a good game. What are we doing here? Okay. We are now firmly in the back seat. Because they can attack me for 6, putting me down to 10. I have already lost 1 game to Mana Flood. So if it happens again, I'm going to be a little salty. Which is ironic, because Flood, you'd think, would get rid of all the salt. Yep. 5 and 4 is 9, and 1 is 10, and I flooded. Well, it was a good game. GG, opponent. Going against Chiefy01. Well, Chief, the original Dynasty's back, and they go first. I've got 2, I've got a 3. This 3 can find me a land, so I think it's worth keeping. Yeah. Plus then we'll have Lofty Dreams. Oh yeah, or the Sky Swimmer. Let's give him an old, hey, how do you do? Sylveon Mentor. Behold the Merfolk. Playing this. Because that's what's happening next turn. We're going to go fishing for a land, because our hand is amazing. Let's go to attacks. Okay. Take 3. They thought they were being slick, and they kind of played themselves. But now I'm kind of tempo behind. Do they do it again? Let's see. I'm kind of reading the, Are they playing at flash speed? They are. Okay. You got my flyer. So I'm not reading it anymore. I was going to say I'm kind of reading their board wipe, because they're, like, really avoiding playing to the board. But it's because they're playing everything at instant speed, which is good for them. Okay. So we got this counterspell number 2. Maybe we start by playing the Eclipsed Marrow. Try to find a land. I'd like it to be an island. It's neither. So we'll play Sky Swimmer again. And then we will play that. And see what you have to say about that. I can Lofty Dreams, something for free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I have... Or 1 mana, I guess. Alright, there's that land I was looking for last turn. Yeah, let's go to attacks first. And see what they want to do. Okay. I get another Surveil. And I think I'm going to Champions of the Shoal my Sky Swimmer. Cool. We're in very good shape now. If they kill it, I get the Sky Swimmer back, which is going to earn me more tokens. And if they don't kill it, it's probably going to win me the game. I can give it flying next turn. If I do give it flying, I'm going to leave up 2 blue mana for the Wild Unraveling. Seeing as how we are in the driver's seat, I want to make sure. Sure. You got it. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My kid would get a kick out of that. Let's go ahead and do this. Cool. You're at 1. End turn. So now they need to do the board wipe, but I think it only puts 2 counters on things, so the Silver Elementor would stay alive. They've got 6 mana available, possibly 7. Okay. I've got another Shoal, so I can put them off of whatever they want to do. But I think we might have just trophied. Let's get an island. Okay. Play the Swamp. We will play the Champions of the Shoal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Champions of the Shoal. Beholden a Merfolk, which you already know about. Let's tap this down. And then we go to attacks. And we win the game. We've just trophied. For the first time in Lorwyn Eclipsed, we got 7 wins. And did I have fun? Of course I did. Okay, YouTube, we finally did it. First trophy of the set. This deck felt very strong when I was drafting it. Again, I started off with a Champions of the Shoal. I got past some really crazy things. I'm not really sure at this point what it was, because it's been an hour and almost 2 hours since I drafted it. We got this Airdo got passed to us. We got 3 Marrow Sky Swimmers, which are just MVPs. The Winnowing we only cast, I think, 1 time, but when we did, it was very vital. These 2 Shoals, awesome card. I am very, very happy with this deck and its performance, and even my piloting. I don't think I made too many missteps, except for the fact that Keep Out sucks, and you only should be playing it if you have to. That's going to wrap things up for me here today, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow.